Hey guys, it's Justin again with another video. This time we're going to review some paints from the SMS line. So our friend Scott, also known as Ghost of Xeon, has started his own paint company, and over the past 2 years or so has been building his own brand and recently made these paints available to us here in the States, thanks to the folks over at USA Gundam Store. And in light of that, has sent us some to sample. Over the course of this video, we're going to look at some of the properties of these paints on a single model. Things like the sprayability, the strength, the mixability, and a couple of other features. Besides primers, top coats, and washes, all the paints in this video will be SMS. First, and most importantly, we're going to see how the paints spray straight from the bottle. These are marketed as pre-thinned and ready for airbrush use, so I've broken my model down and separated all the parts into piles by what color I'm going to be painting them. We're going to start with blue. Next, we're going to do the exact same thing with our metallic paints. We're going to use SMS steel and we're going to cover everything that we want to be a metallic. Now we're going to see how well these paints interact with one another. We're going to try to mix out a darkish, neutral gray to go with the metallics we chose to keep things a little bit interesting on the model. And now that all of our base coating has been completed, we're going to lay down a little bit of masking and see how these paints cover over one another. And here's the result of the masking. This should give you a rough idea how the final kit's gonna look if you kind of pair this up with the rest of the parts, or if you want to hang out and wait a second, we'll have a gallery coming up in just a moment. In conclusion, these paints are very nice for a new line of paint. I had zero issues getting them to spray, the coverage is fantastic, the colors are bold and vibrant, they held up to masking even after only a couple of minutes of drying beforehand. I haven't had any of my paint chip yet, and they mix beautifully. They all lay down incredibly easy, and I highly recommend these paints to anybody who is looking for an alternative to lacquer-based paints like Mr. Color and Gaia. They have the nicest white I've sprayed to date, and it's a really nice bold color, and it's being such a difficult color to paint, it's really nice not having to thin it out. If you're not in the market for lacquer-based paints, maybe give my video for Createx paints a look, and maybe those will be more your speed. As always, I want to give a shout out to my patrons for this month, Andy and Francisco. Thank you guys so much for your support. And if you guys want to support my channel and the content that I create, there's links to my Patreon and my t-shirt store in the description below. All proceeds go toward improving and maintaining the channel. Thanks guys, I'll see you later.